patrol.
Howdy everybody and welcome to White Bear Lake South Campus, home to the White Bear Lake Bears. Tonight, the Titans from Tartan travel in to take on your White Bear Lake Bears. All on the solo tonight, I'm Jeb Brand. Happy to bring you tonight's matchup here in a Section 4 for a quarterfinal game. We take a look at the standings here in the Metro East. Matamidi with an impressive 23-2 overall. And Tartan, you see in the middle of the pack, coming in at 6-7, 14-11 overall record. And on the other side, in the Suburban East, White Bear Lake also right in the middle of the pack at a 500 record, 8-8 in conference play, 13-13 overall. And the Raiders from Cretin-Derham Hall sit atop the Suburban East. We take a look at that Section 4 4A bracket. Again, the Raiders, the number 1 seed overall, will take on North St. Paul. All the games taking place here the 28th of February. White Bear Lake Tartan tonight. Woodbury and St. Paul Central matchup, and Stillwater will take on East Ridge. We take a look at the new head coach of the Tartan Titans is Justin Burgess. He's got a 500 squad this year. Comes into his first season. And on the other side, a man that's been behind the White Bear Lake bench for a little while is head coach Jeremy Post. We are underway, and the Bears come out right out the gate, unable to capitalize. As taking it up the court for the Titans is Mosher. Down inside, and it's good. The first basket is Nevaeh Mosher. Courtney Crouch, one of our key players to keep an eye on here. We'll talk about her a little later here in the broadcast as White Bear looks to set up the offense. And we'll have our first personal foul is Katia Cummings reached in. A good crowd here tonight at the South Campus for this quarterfinal matchup, as the winner will take on the winner of Cretin-Derham Hall and North St. Paul coming up on the 3rd of March. Back to the action, the Titans now swinging around and into the hands. Shot is up off the mark and can't get it to go, and that was Chevrolet, one of our highlighted players for Tartan. White Bear Lake steps out of bounds here, and so first turnover of the game for the Bears. The Titans will go back to work on offense. Mosher now looks to set the offense for the Titans. She'll swing it around as Kriki now up top. Chevrolet from the top of the key as she looks to drive, as it knocked away. A turnover there, and back the other way comes Sanders for White Bear Lake. Pulls up top of the key and off the front of the rim, no good. Back the other way. Momentarily lost it. Mosher is able to regain control. Hard to the bucket, and cleaning up the boards is Kendra Ikrigi. 4-0 lead early on for the Titans. Both teams, as we talked about in the pregame, sitting right around that 500 record. And downtown, Drano, Courtney Crouch puts the Bears on the board. And it's now just a 1-point lead here early into the first half. 4-3, the Titans lead it. Now the offense again set into the hands. Chevrolet pulls up from downtown. A little strong with a rebound. Goes in the way of Cummings, and she can't hold on to it there. White Bear Lake will take back over. Anna Sanders now, head man's Crouch from the corner. Count it! The three is good, and Courtney Crouch is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. We want to talk, she averages 10.8 points a game and already off to a good start. She's got 6 early on. Another turnover back the other way. Sanders up and can't get it to go. Lost her angle a bit, but the Bears able to stay with it. Crouch inside with a beautiful pass. And cleaning it up, putting it away was Tessa Anderson. And White Bear Lake now doubles their lead 8-4 with just under 15 to go in the opening half. Titans throw it up, can't get it to go. Anderson now fast break the other way, has numbers. Kicks it over to Crouch, and she's gonna get called for the happy feet early on. Travel is the call. Well, the Titans came out hot right out the gate and now have been slowed a bit by the aggressive White Bear Lake defense. Inside, a good take that time. Up and good was Kendra Kiki. Crouch nearly called for the double dribble there, may have gotten away with one. Anderson now swings it over. Janicki hands off, back into the hands of Crouch. She takes it herself, and it's knocked away. Turnover there, and now Cummings comes away with it for Tartan. Chevry now trying to look for some offense, kicks it out from downtown. And that one was all air, unable to capitalize there. And Janicki back the other way, up and good. And White Bear Lake now leads it 10-6. Chevry hard to the bucket. No call on the play. Last touched by the Bears. It'll stay with the Tartan Titans. Saria Chevre, we want to talk about, 5'11", but only a sophomore. And she takes it hard to the bucket and gets it to go. Very impressive player. Chevre is 15.7 points per game is her average, and again, just a sophomore. So if you're head coach of the Titans, Mr. Burgess, good things to come over the next couple of years for the Tartan Titans. Back to the action now, 10-8. White Bear leads it. As it's swung around now, Chevre over into the corner. Cummings now swings it back up top. Titans trying to find some offense, and time kick ball there by Janicki. It will stay with the Tartan Titans. Hicks now sends it over to Cummings. Trying to figure out how to break this White Bear Lake defense. White Bear doing a nice job playing man-to-man at the moment. Swung over now. Chevre goes inside. Hicks kicks it right back out, and then again into the hands of Chevre. Now Agriki kicks it out from downtown, way downtown. Can't get it to go, but a good rebound that time by Saria Chevre. And it's knocked out of bounds. Again, the Titans will hold possession. Inbound inside now. Chevre. She momentarily holds, now kicks out, up and hard to the bucket. Can't get it to go. Crouch with the rebound. It's tied up there momentarily with Agriki. Looks like Agriki is going to get personal called on the reach-in. Farron now inbounds for the Bears. Crouch, full court press here by the Titans. Able to break out of it. Anderson upside. Some good passing, and Idebisi ends up putting it away for the Bears. A nice job of breaking the full court press. Cummings now, hands off. Riki sends it over to Chevre, top of the key. She drives, kicks out. Riki pulls up for three and gets it to go. And just like that, with a defender in her face, is able to capitalize on the three-point play. Again, inside, ADBC has it roll off her fingers, but Anderson from downtown answers back with the tray. 15-11, the Bears lead it. Cummings now sends it over. Ikriki over to Mosher. As Corey guarding her. Now swung back around. Nearly picked off by Anderson. Behind the back. Reach in there on the Titans. It'll be an inbound under the basket for, on the Bears, I should say. Titans will inbound from under the hoop as we get some substitutions. Three players come in for the Bears. And Mosher takes a rest for the Titans. 10:45 left to play, offensive board, and just checking into the game is Mims, and she's got her first 2 points. Near turnover here. Errant passed by the Bears is a new possession for the Titans as they go back to work. Sent up top now, Chevre. Cummings sets the screen, kicked out from the corner and good. Gabby Hicks hits from downtown, and the Titans have their first lead of the game. As this one's off the fingertips of Kayla Anderson. The Titans right now with a little bit of momentum. With just over 10 minutes left to play here in this opening half. Section 4 for a quarterfinal basketball here between the Tartan Titans and the White Bear Lake Bears. Coming to you from the South Campus here in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. The Bears now trying to regain the lead. Janicki sends it over. Corey inside, a good look, up and good. Tessa Anderson finishes off the play, and some good ball movement by the Bears. Chevre all alone inside, and just like that, answers right back. Now Sanders will bring it up, swings it over to Janicki. Up top, ADBC now. Tie up here. The jump ball is called. The possession will be the way of the Titans. And so if you're the Tartan Titans and head coach Justin Burgess, you got to be happy with your play. Coming in on the road. Nice crowd here, predominantly White Bear Lake fans. And the Titans have done a nice job of coming out, quieting the crowd, and playing some good hard-nosed basketball thus far as they lead it. Chevre pulls up, misses that one. Back the other way comes Sanders. And a travel is called this time as Kayla Anderson had to work to keep that one in. 8:52 left to play, opening half. Titans lead it by 1, 18-17. We've seen some back and forth action from both squads, a couple of turnovers. All in all, some pretty good defense thus far. And now again from downtown, unable to find the rim that time. Sanders comes back the other way for the Bears. She sends it over. Farron now far side to Crouch. Crouch looking for a lane, another turnover, and a fast break the other way. Katia Cummings, and Sanders with the good hustle back. She'll pick up the foul, and that'll send Cummings to the line to shoot two. Take another look here as Katia Cummings all alone momentarily, but good hustle back by Anna Sanders. Forces her to shoot 2 points the hard way, if you will. And 1 of 2 as Cummings averages 11.5 points per game. Was able to get 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point lead, 19-17, the Titans. Just over 8 minutes left to play as Farron kicks it over. Janicki now far side, back to Sanders, top of the key, she pulls up. And that one rattles off the rim. Chevrolet back the other way for the Titans. Sent over, and now Cummings. Into the hands of Ikriki. She kicks out. Chevrolet top of the key. Just off the mark there. Farron with the rebound. Sanders will take over across midcourt. Janicki now. And they go inside to Farron. Kicks it out. Janicki from the near side. Doreno, a nice shot there. And the Bears reclaim the lead by 1. 7:15 left to play here in the opening half. Sent up by the Titans. Good rebound that time by Chevrolet. Hard to the bucket. She draws the foul. She'll head to the line to shoot 2. So far, the Titans have done a nice job of offensive rebounding. It's paid dividends thus far on the scoreboard. Talk about Saria Chevrolet, only a sophomore. 5'11", averaging nearly 16 points per game. And certainly the center stone to this Tartan Titan offense. She's able to capitalize from the charity stripe. Back and forth. Just like a heavyweight bout. The Titans reclaim the lead, 21-20. It's a reach-in foul that time.
Number 10, Nevaeh Maester, her first, team third.
And they say Janicki was attempting to shoot, so she'll go to the line, is able to capitalize on the first one. And the second is good as Ella Janicki averaging 8 points a game. She's got her, that's her 5th point tonight after hitting that early 3 from the corner. It's back at it now. Bears lead it by 1, 22-21. 6.5 left to play in the opening half. Offensive foul that time was called on McKinney of the Titans, and so the Bears will regain the possession. As Crouch now will take it up across midcourt. Farron into the corner. Janicki gets away momentarily. Now doubled up. Turnover as Chevrolet comes away with it. As she'll outlet, fast break. And a nice job defensively by Courtney Crouch to break up that play as Gabby Hicks was all alone. Able to cleanly knock that one out of play. So the Titans forced to inbound. Hard to the bucket, up and good, and a nice take that time by Mosher. Just like that, back and forth. Tartan is right back in the lead. Take another look at this one here. Is hard to the bucket, Anderson. Able to draw the charge that time. Turnover, Janicki throws it up, can't get it to go. Able to stay with it. And a foul's called inside on the Titans.
Athletics number 3 has checked in for Tartan.
As Mosher takes a rest for the Titans, Katia Cummings checks back into the game. And Chevrolet will also take a rest. So both teams utilizing their bench pretty efficiently here in this first half. 6 minutes left to play, 1-point game. Titans leave it 23-22 as Anderson over to Idabisi. And a reach-in foul that time on McKinney. That's her second. And in some limited playing time, Dejane McKinney has been called twice thus far. And she'll check right back out. And Chevrolet right back into the game. The Bears go back to work as Anderson now hands off. Down low is Sicard. Right back over to Anderson. Tried to take it inside and it's knocked just out of play. As Janicki will inbound for the White Bear Lake Bears. Sent over now, Sicard. Over to Crouch. Crouch kicks it all the way out. Anderson from beyond the arc. Can't get it to go, but a nice rebound by Janicki. And that one's off the front of the rim. Titans come away with it as Katia Cummings now. Hard to the bucket. Up and good. And the Bears now with their largest lead of the game. 25-22 with 5 minutes and some change left to play. An exciting first half here. Both teams showing some strong defense. And some good aggressive takes to the bucket. It's a turnover here now. Titans back the other way. Able to catch up with it that time was Hicks. And timeout is called by the head coach of the Tartan Titans, Justin Burgess. First timeout we've had here thus far tonight. It's a full timeout. And so we want to let you folks know some of our upcoming broadcasts here with SCC Sports. On March 1st, we will cover girls basketball. It's the 4-3A quarterfinals between the Matamidi Zephyrs and Columbia Heights. And then on March 2nd, we will cover boys hockey, the 4AA championship, where your own White Bear Lake Bears will wait to see if they're going to take on the Stillwater Ponies or the Pioneers of Hill Murray. That game is being played on the 28th of February. And then we want to let folks know March 7th, Sports Path. Normally brought to you at 7 o'clock from our studios. We've got a special edition coming up on March 7th where we'll be live from Matamidi High in their gym in a 6:30 broadcast with Sam Erickson and Johnny Miller bringing you all of the highlights, interviews, and action from all of our fabulous 4 schools. And then March 7th, we will also cover the 4-3A quarterfinal game in boys basketball. So some exciting upcoming broadcasts here at SCC. As we are back at it, just under 5 minutes left to play. Titans lead at 25-22. They go back to work as Cummings now top of the key. Takes it herself, left hand up and good. Katia Cummings, nice basket there as the Titans with a 5-point lead now, 4.5 left to play. As Crouch from the top of the key kicks out. Janicki from downtown, count it! 3 is good, and that is exactly what the White Bear Lake Bears needed. Immediately, head coach Jeremy Post calls a timeout, not allowing Tartan to steal back that momentum. It has been a back and forth matchup tonight, as we talked about head coach Jeremy Post. A lot of experience. He's got multiple state tournament appearances. And this year, even with a right around 500 club, they are still considered a threat to make their way back to the sweet dance. Exciting to see how this one plays out. Most of the coaches around the Metro know that man, Jeremy Post, and what he's capable of doing. 4:22 left to play here. Bears lead it by 2 as Cummings now across center court. It's handed off to Hicks, back to Cummings. Now Hicks from downtown, off the front of the rim, and Chevrolet trying to keep that one in. The ball squirts out of play. Farron will inbound. Janicki now. Full court press comes by the Titans. It's knocked out by Hicks. And so it'll stay with the Bears with just over 4 minutes left to play. Farron again to inbound, over to Crouch. She's got Mims on her. Over to Farron, handed back to Crouch. She'll take it herself. Can't get it to go. Chevrolet with the rebound. Good hands and good hustle by Anderson. Fantastic hustle there by Tessa Anderson, but stepped out of bounds in the diving attempt, and so Tartan will take over. Cummings now across center court, will hand off to Hicks. And over to Mims. Inside, and then back outside. The Titans swing it around, a good defense thus far. Ikriki pulls up, front of the rim, can't get it to go. Anderson with the rebound, tried to front it to Janicki. Good job of keeping that one, and then steps out on the baseline. Tough break there after some good hustle by Ella Janicki. And now Tartan goes back to work. Little over 3 minutes left to play in the opening half. They lead it by 2, 27-25. As up top, Cummings will take it off the rim. Good rebound by Ikriki. And Farron was there to knock that one away. Inside, Chevrolet looking for a lane, and now backs out. Titans will reset the offense. Cummings now goes back inside. Chevrolet with Farron on her. Now all the way around, Hicks back to Chevrolet. She'll take it herself. And Farron again, third block of the night, silently making a stand on the ever elusive Saria Chevrolet. Some good defense that time by the tall senior for the Bears. Cummings now, 2.5 left to play in the opening half. Hicks will take it from the corner and count it. The Bears jump back to a 5-point lead. It's now Farron. She'll take it across center court, hand off to Crouch. As Crouch looks for a lane, almost had it knocked away. Anderson all alone, can't get it to go. It's just a little strong with the left hand. And now Cummings for the Titans. Sent over is Mims. Over to Ikriki. Top of the key with Farron on her, back to Mims. Now Cummings. As they go inside, it's Chevrolet. Mims all alone and off the front of the rim. A good play there by Chevrolet to open up a lane for Angelina Mims, but couldn't get it to go. Farron almost called for a travel. Shots up, but off the front of the rim. Good aggressive rebound by both gals as Chevrolet and Anderson tie up. Jump ball on is the call. Take another look here as Farron almost called for traveling. It looked like she had her foot planted, so I think the right call was made, but much to the dismay of the Tartan Titan bench. 1.5 left to play here. 5-point lead for the visiting Titans as White Bear Lake tries to chip away at the small lead. It's Crouch now, top of the key. Mims on her, she'll take it herself, kicks it over to Idebisi, up and good. Nice play by Courtney Crouch to find Idebisi all alone. 3-point game. It's Anderson on Cummings now, over to Hicks. Hicks decides to drive, kicks it out. Ikriki all alone, front of the rim, and Idebisi comes away with the rebound. 45 seconds left to play, opening half. Bears trail by 3. Anderson got Hicks on her, over to Farron. Good pick that time by Idebisi as Farron takes it herself. 1-point game. And we'll look to see if the Titans hold for the last shot of this first half. Mims now top of the key, hands off to Cummings. 15 seconds left. Anderson on her. Now over to Ikriki. Idebisi covers, kicked out to Mims. Back to Ikriki, final shot. Just a little strong. It hits the back of the rim, and that's how we will close out our first half. The visiting Bears hold on to a 1-point lead, 30-29. We'll be back with the start of our second half right after this. Stay tuned.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Listen. All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize
Unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just
Listen.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I'll be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Got a lot of good highlights for you on an all-new episode of Sports Path right here on SEC.
Yeah, it'll be action-packed, so get your snacks. We're out here covering all the winter sports, and it's coming to a close.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. A few teams have even ventured into the postseason this winter. We'll get you all caught up on that. Follow me. We're headed down the Sports Path.
Back the other way, trickles through and they score.
make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And welcome back to the South Campus here in White Bear Lake as we get set to start our second half. The visiting Tartan Titans off to a good start here in the opening half, and they hold on to a 1-point lead, 30-29. And a little bit of scoring kind of spread out throughout the Titan offense, as no one player has really jumped out, kind of sprinkled the offense around, and did a nice job of it. Folks, we want to remind you we're always looking for volunteer help here at SCC. And if you're interested, you could contact Arlen Becker. See the number on your screen there, or feel free to shoot him an email. Always looking for folks to run the camera, or even like tonight, on a solo broadcast, we'd love to have someone sitting next to me doing some color analyzing and following all the fantastic sports that we cover here at SCC. Action back at it underway as Cummings will take over for the Titans. Chevrolet now with Farron on her. Section 4-4A quarterfinal action brought to you tonight here in White Bear Lake. As the winner will take on the winner of the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders and the North High Polars, as that game is being played across town at Cretin-Derham Hall. The bottom half of the Section 4-4A is Woodbury playing host to St. Paul Central. And then down in Stillwater, the Ponies host the East Ridge Raptors. Semifinal action will take place down in Hastings. And that will come to you on the 3rd of March. The 5 and a 7 o'clock game slated for that evening. White Bear Lake to the offense. Anderson takes it hard to the bucket, unable to get it to go. As Tessa Anderson, an impressive first half, certainly plays with some aggression, little chip on her shoulder, hard to the bucket, and always around the rim. As the first one is good. She had an impressive first half, doing a little bit of everything. Some good solid defense, battling with Saria Chevrolet a little bit, a couple of points. All around, just a good opening half for Anderson, the senior guard. Back at it, Mosher now, top of the key, tries to go back. Sanders with the steal as she drops it off. Janicki up with the left, can't get it to go, and there's Anderson battling under the hoop again. A little too strong. White Bear Lake unable to capitalize on the turnover. Chevrolet now, hard to the bucket. Crouch picks up the foul. A nice job that time. Courtney Crouch getting her feet set. Chevrolet picks up the charging foul, as Crouch took the brunt of that one. Now Farron will inbound to Sanders. Sanders has got Chevrolet on her. Cross center court, finds a lane up, can't get it to go, and the Titans come away with a rebound as Mosher sends it over to Cummings. Cummings, Chevrolet now top of the key. She backs out and hands off to Cummings. Sanders on to guard Cummings. She takes it herself. It's thrown up front of the rim, and Farron comes away with it. Outlet to Janicki, and that one is off the mark. Can't get it to go that time again, as Anderson almost too open. Did a nice job of corralling the air ball by Ella Janicki, but couldn't get the putback to go. It's a 1-point lead. as it has been much of the night. Back and forth. Largest lead of the game was by the Titans late in the first half, where they had a 5-point lead that was cut to 1 just before the end of our first half. 15:45 now left here in this 4-4A quarterfinal. Chevrolet drives, kicks out. Cummings nowhere to go. And we had some collision and right in the center there as Farron is slow to get up. See if we can get maybe get a replay and see what happened there. It was Farron ran right in to Ikriki. It looked to be a clean screen, even though some of the fans in the stands think different. Replay indicated just kind of caught her blindsided. As the trainer takes a look, appears to be okay. If you're head coach Jeremy Post, it certainly cannot have Jordan Farron out of the game for very long, as she is a huge defensive presence for the White Bear Lake Bears. Now, foul is called on Chevrolet here. Offensive foul, turnover. And the Bears will go back to work, see if they can increase their 1-point lead. Sanders now. She's got Ikriki on her. Behind the back, over to Idebisi. She hands off to Crouch. Double team on Crouch, kicks to Idebisi, up but can't get it to go. Sanders with a rebound. Drive taken. And can't get that to go. Now Cummings back the other way. Cummings went to hand it off, and there was 2 White Bear Lake Bears there. Jump ball is the call, and the possession arrow is in the favor of the Bears. And so Tessa Anderson will inbound. Full court press by the Titans. Crouch comes away with it. She's got Mims guarding her. Cross center court, throws it up a little strong. Idebisi unable to come up with it. Anderson upset with the call that time. She gets called for the personal foul. Timeout is called here. Take a look at the athletic director for the Tartan Titans, Mr. Brian Munter, as he sees his school down by 1 thus far, but a lot of basketball left to play. 14:38 here. And in the first half with a lot of action back to forth, a lot of baskets being scored. We've had 1 basket thus far in the opening minutes of this second half. And on the other side, Mr. Brian Peliquin, the athletic director for White Bear Lake. This is his first year replacing Mr. Tim Herman. Both ADs for both schools in attendance here tonight. Back at it is Cummings now. Will come across center court as the Bears in more of a zone defense this time. As Hicks in the corner, sent up to Chevrolet. Idebisi guards her. Chevrolet will take it to herself and up, but unable to get it to go. And the foul is called on Idebisi. Good news for the Bears as Jordan Farron checks back into the game. Tessa Anderson will take a seat. Cummings the inbound for the Titans. She finds Hicks now in the corner. Crouch guards her. Hicks puts up the three. And unable to find the rim. ADBC comes away with it, and now Janicki for the Bears. Over to Sanders. Now ADBC. Back to Janicki. Top, swung around. Farron from downtown, and that's short. Mims with the rebound and into the hands of Igriki. Chevre now from the corner. Hicks over to Mims. Mims from downtown. Nothing but net. Tartan jumps back into the lead. 2-point lead for the Titans. Turnover now as Sanders has it tipped away. Chevre has numbers. Kicks it out. Igriki up and good. Able to hit the 8-footer. And a full court press by the Titans is back on. Igriki now in Mims as they double team Crouch. Able to get it across center court. Janicki. She goes to her left, up and hard. No call on the play. But Cummings was able to knock it out of play, and so it'll remain White Bear Lakes ball. EDBC checks out, and Brianna Corey checks in. Janicki to inbound. Over to Sanders from downtown. Count it! Sanders able to come down with the big three, and right back the other way come the Titans. And like the heavyweight bout we've seen in the first half, both teams now trading punches again here early in this second half. Swung over to Janicki. Now Farron from downtown, just off the far rim. 38-34, the Titans lead it. 12:20 left to play. Chevre sets the offense. And some collision there as Farron now looks like she may have rolled that right ankle, went down awkwardly. Farron, who ran into a tough screen, as she's gonna hobble off. The senior is having some tough second half here thus far. As she's some physical play down around the basket. Corey's able to tip this one up out of the play. It'll stay with the Titans. As the athletic trainer takes a look at Jordan Farron, it looks like they've removed that shoe. They'll probably tape that ankle. See if they can get her back into the game. Mims now up top. Igriki swings it around from the corner. And again, three is hit by the Titans. Is now their largest lead of the game. They lead at 41-34. And Sanders goes back to work. Over to Crouch. Crouch kicks back out to Sanders. That one's just short. Rebound by Cummings as she outlets Igriki on the other end. And can't get it to go, but a travel is called on Igriki that time. Take a look at Jordan Farron. As it looks like they are more than likely going to tape up that ankle. 11:30 left to play. Hopefully Farron can get back in the game here. Hard to the bucket. A good take that time by Tessa Anderson. Couldn't get it to go, but did pick up the contact. She'll head to the line to shoot two. First one is no good. 41-34, largest lead of the game for either team. The Titans have the lead. 11:26 left to play. And that one is just short. So Anderson unable to capitalize from the charity stripe. Cummings now for the Titans. Hands off to Chevrolet. Chevrolet has it knocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Titans. Inbound from the corner. Ikriki will inbound for the Titans all the way up top. And this is Mosher. Mosher to her left, up hard to the basket. Can't get it to drop. And Sanders back the other way. Kicks it over to Corey. Corey had that one roll off her fingertips. Out of play, the turnover. The Titans will take over. 11 minutes left to play in this 4-4A quarterfinal game. The winner will take on the winner of Cretin-Derham Hall or North High. Mosher's tripped up there, no call on the play. Hicks takes it, kicks it out to Ikriki, and from the corner again, the Titans hit. Katia Cummings with the big three, and it forces head coach Jeremy Post to call a timeout. 10-point lead now for the Bears as we take a look at that Section 4-4A bracket. The number 1 seed, Cretin-Derham Hall, playing host to the Polars this evening. And Woodbury and St. Paul Central. All of the 4 games here in the quarterfinals are taking place February 28th. And all of the semifinals, the winners from each games will play on the 3rd of March. With the lower half of the bracket, the winner of Woodbury, St. Paul Central, and the winner of Stillwater and East Ridge will kick off at 5 o'clock down at Hastings. And then the winner of our matchup here tonight, either the Bears or the Titans, will take on the winner of the Raiders or the Polars on March 3rd down in Hastings as well. And that game will follow the 5 o'clock game slated for roughly 7 o'clock. Winner of our semifinal matchups will play 5 days later, March 8th, a 7 o'clock kickoff, again down at Hastings High School. And we'll wait to see who the Section 4-4A girls champion is to represent 4-4A in the state tournament upcoming here in the middle of March. 10:39 left to play. The Titans have jumped out to their largest lead of the game. It's a 10-point lead, 44-34. Some impressive three-point shooting by the Titans offense. Janicki now over to Anderson. He swings it over to Sicard. Now Crouch tried to go inside to Sanders. Foul is called on the Titans. So the inbound will happen under the basket. And again, good news for the Bears as Jordan Farron checks back into the game. Janicki now over to Sanders and Crouch, top of the key. Crouch takes it herself, no call on the play. Cummings comes away with it. And now Chevrolet. Mosher tried to kick out to Ikriki. Good hustle by Anderson. Ikriki able to keep the possession for the Titans. 9:45 left to play. Chevrolet now top of the key. Farron on her. She drives to her right hand, puts it up, and is able to get it to go. Anderson attempted to take the charge, no call on the play, and it's a 12-point Titan lead. Janicki too strong from beyond the arc, and Ikriki back the other way for the Titans. She pulls up, and that's a little strong, but it's going to stay with the Titans as it's last touched by the Bears. A tough break for White Bear Lake. Still plenty of time left in this ball game. The Bears just gotta settle things down a little bit and set that offense. Fast break points have all gone in the way of the Titans tonight. is Mosher hard to the bucket, can't get it to go. A foul is called on Ikriki. And so the Bears will take over. 9:08 left to play. 12-point Tartan lead. Yes, Sanders now. Mims guards her. And up through center court. Crouch now. Tries to kick it out. And another call on the Titans. And that's going to send Courtney Crouch to the line. One and one, as I think both teams were a little confused. Foul was called on Cummings. So just under 9 minutes left to play. The Bears trail by 12. Crouch with an opportunity at the 1 and 1. Try to cut into this Tartan Titan lead. First one is good.
Okay, Bears, let's go. Let's turn it up.
Can't get the second to drop. Cummings comes away with it now. Chevre. Farron and Anderson on her. Chevre kicks out. Cummings, top of the key, and that's just off the rim. Rebound by Sanders. Now Sanders takes it up through center court. Hands it off to Janicki. Over to Crouch. And back to Sanders. Farron, top of the key. Over to Crouch from downtown. Just off the rim. Janicki with a rebound. Sanders ends up coming away with it. Crouch again from downtown. Drano, Courtney Crouch, is able to hit from beyond the arc. And it's an 8-point Tartan Titan lead. Back the other way, just a bit strong, as that was Mims from beyond the arc. Now Crouch. Hands off to Sanders, and Sanders pulls up. Good rebound that time by Anderson as her and Chevre go up hard. And that's going to send, looks like it's going to send Anderson to the line. Chevre might have got teed up. We take another look at the replay here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but Chevre ended up getting called for the technical as there was some physical play underneath the basket, which initially led to the personal foul that was going to send Tessa Anderson to the line to shoot two. And now she will make her way to the line. Should be shooting two and a technical as well. First one is good. It's 46-39. And now a 6-point Tartan lead. Should be, and now it looks like Sanders will take the technical. And she is very good from the free throw lines. We take another look at the physical play down below the rim. And you can see Chevre and Anderson went hard. It was actually after the play where a lot of the extracurriculars took place, and most of officials in all of sports are going to make that call. 4-point lead now for the Titans. Just under 8 minutes left to play. White Bear Lake goes back to work. Farron hands off to Crouch. Crouch along the baseline up to Sanders. Janicki swings to Anderson, back to Janicki. And now Crouch. Sanders from the corner beyond the arc, just a bit strong. Rebound by Farron inside. The left hand is up and good. And it's a 2-point game. Cummings now for the Titans. As momentum has shifted, and the head coach for the Titans, Justin Burgess, felt just that as he calls a timeout to try to slow this momentum. A 12-point lead is cut down to just 2 in a matter of a few minutes. The technical foul called on Chevre. And right now that has been a huge momentum swing. Now, folks, we want to remind you about all of our social media platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and as always, you can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/SCCTV. Able to watch back all of the action from our Fab Four. You can follow us on our Facebook outlet at facebook.com/SCCTV. You can follow John Miller and a couple of our other folks on their Twitter feeds. Keep up with all the latest here at SCC. 2-point lead here, 46-44. As the Titans now will inbound. 7:24 left in the ball game as Cummings now. She's got Anderson on her. She goes back to the right, into the corner. Ikriki with Farron guarding, and now up to Mosher. Mosher makes her way to the right, kicks over, and Mims hard to the basket, can't get it to go. Back the other way, back comes Anderson. As the Bears just under 7 left to play. Janicki, top of the key. Janicki kicks out to Crouch, and back to Janicki. Now Anderson hard to the bucket, and a travel is called by the backside official. Did have the best sight line of anyone, and so it's a turnover. Tartan will go back to work. The outlet down to Mosher. Handed now over to Cummings. Now Hicks for the Titans. Hands off to Ikriki. Farron guards. Back up top to Mosher. Mosher goes to take it herself. Hard to the bucket, draws the foul, so she'll head to the line. 6:13 left to play, 2-point lead for the Titans. And Nevaeh Mosher will wait to shoot 2. Take a look at Mosher with the drive, able to draw the contact, capitalize on the first. See if she can make it a 2-possession ball game for the Titans as we hone in on the final 6 minutes of the 4-4A quarterfinal matchup here, and it's a good one between the hometown Bears and the visiting Titans from Tartan. Farron swings it over to Janicki now. Crouch to her left, kicks back out. Janicki over to Sanders, and then hands off to Farron. Crouch goes inside. Farron kicks out. Sicard from downtown. Nothing but net. It's a 1-point ball game, 48-47. Tartan leads it as Cummings from the top of the key hands off to Ikriki. Now back into the hands of Cummings as Crouch guards her. Mims from the corner. Up top to Mosher, back to Mims. Now Cummings. Cummings to her left, tries to go up with the left. I think that's another block for Jordan Farron. Nice job tonight. Such a huge defensive presence for the White Bear Lake Bears. Janicki back to Farron, over to Crouch. Got Mosher on her. Good defensive play there. Farron over to Crouch, corner. Off the front of the rim. Iriki comes away with a Titan rebound. 4:45 left to play. Iriki all alone. A little too strong, but a good rebound by the Titans. And a foul is called on White Bear Lake as there was contact, knocking Angelina Mims to the floor. 4:40, 1-point ball game here, 48-47 with 4:40 left to play. As Cummings inbounds. Now Hicks back to Cummings. Takes it herself, hard, up and good. And they stretch it back to a 3-point game. Sanders now as Mims guards. Now Anderson. Hands off to Farron. Inside. Turnaround shot, can't get it to go. Farron with the rebound. Janicki kicks out. Sicard again from up top. Can't get that one to go. Both teams battle. They say last touch by the Titans. And so it'll stay with the Bears with just over 4 minutes left to play as they trail by 3. Sicard to inbound. Finds Farron. Far side to Sanders. Back inside to Farron. And now Anderson. She drives. Up and good. Able to get it to go. Tessa Anderson back to a 1-point game. Now Anderson guards Cummings. Cummings picks up her dribble. Could be in trouble, and Mims able to come and support. Now Igriki. Igriki moves the ball to Hicks, back inside. Cummings nowhere to go. Good defense by the Bears. The swoop shot, and a nice one at that. Katia Cummings able to get it to go. And it's back to a 3-point ball game. It forces head coach Jeremy Post to call a timeout as we come down to the final 3 minutes. And this one has been all back and forth by both clubs, and it's certainly going to come down to the wire. As we take another look at that beautiful scoop shot by Katia Cummings. It appeared the Bears had some good defense put in place. And the only thing Cummings could do to score was the scoop shot, in which she did. We want to remind you of our SEC upcoming broadcasts. Tomorrow night, we will be covering the Matamidi Zephyrs and the Columbia Heights Cougars, the 3A quarterfinal matchup. And then boys hockey comes your way as the hometown White Bear Lake Bears await the winner of the the Stillwater Ponies and the Hill Murray Pioneers. We are back underway. Just over 3 minutes left to play. Sanders now over to Farron as the Bears look to set the offense. They trail by 3. Anderson, top of the key, inside to Sanders, hard with the left, and able to get it to go. Anna Sanders with a nice bucket there. Back to a 1-point game. As Cummings, she's guarded by Anderson. Now Igriki up to the top. It's Mosher. 2:40 left to play. That time Cummings, I think, went for the fake and ended up losing it. It's a turnover. Opportunity for the Bears to go back on top. As Sanders looks for the screen. Mims with some aggressive defense. Anderson now. Hands off to Crouch. Hicks guards her. Sends it over to Farron. And back up top to Sanders. Sanders from downtown. Just a bit strong. That one looked good from the release. Nonetheless, it's a 1-point lead still for the Titans. 2 minutes left to play in this 4-4A game. Hicks now sends it over to Cummings. Ikriki as Farron guards her. Ikriki goes to the left. Good defense there. Kicked out to Mims and back to Mosher. Janicki. Hicks from the corner now. 1:35 left to play. Ikriki up top. The Bears may be forced to foul here. It's now Ikriki. 1:20 left to play. Cummings takes it herself, kicks it out to Ikriki. And back to Cummings. Both coaches now shouting at their team as to what to do as Cummings drives hard to the bucket and is able to put it away. It's back to a 3-point game. Anderson the other way. Tries to go inside, Janicki! And it's fouled on her way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nearly a 3-point play with just under a minute left to play. Head coach Jeremy Post is fuming on the sidelines as the Titans were able to chew off about 2 minutes and 30 seconds on that last possession. Janicki's first one is short. It will remain a 3-point game thus far. Upcoming one more free throw. And like I talked about before, this one will certainly come right down to the wire as the Bears are in the bonus at this point. Janicki able to get the second to go. 2-point game as Cummings now cross center. She's fouled by Crouch. And so she'll go to the line on a 1-and-1 opportunity as the Bears cross their fingers for a miss here and a defensive rebound. 49.2 seconds left to play. And a very thrilling 4-4A quarterfinal basketball game. First one is good. It's back to a 3-point game and an opportunity to make it a 2-possession ball game. Front of the rim, but it's off the fingertips of Farron. Bounced around and now last touched by the Titans' Chevre, who checks back into the game since the technical. The Bears got away with one there as that could have been costly. A fortunate bounce will get the possession back for them. Full court press by the Titans. Farron to inbound, over to Crouch. Able to elude Mosher. And now off through center court, Janicki takes over. She swings it over. Sanders from downtown. Count it! The 3 is good. Anna Sanders ties it up with 27.4 left to play. As we get a stoppage in play after all the melee. And a timeout is called again by Coach Burgess, as he is very animated on the sidelines there. And this crowd just erupted after the huge 3 by the junior guard, Anna Sanders. With ice in her veins and a game on the line for an opportunity to advance down to Hastings come March 3rd. And she's able to deliver. 27.4 left to play in the ball game as we take a look at that clutch shot by Sanders. The Bears now in the double bonus. Titans will shoot 1 for 1 if they are fouled. And so this one is going to be electric as we count down these final 27.4 seconds. And this is what quarterfinal basketball with an opportunity to continue your season on is all about. Saria Chevre has checked back into the game for the Titans. The fans here at White Bear Lake South Campus on their feet as Cummings will inbound. Chevre from the corner, Farron to guard her. Now Cummings, 18 seconds left. Cummings over to Hicks, 10 seconds left. Timeout again called by head coach Burgess of the Titans. Trying to set up an offensive play as they look for that last shot and hope to put the dagger into the White Bear Lake Bears season on a buzzer beater. The question is, who is going to take that shot? Do they put it into the hands of the sophomore Chevre? Or do they put it in the hands of Katia Cummings, who's only a sophomore herself, and she has been electric this evening? As we have a very packed crowd here tonight, and they absolutely left their feet after Anderson hit the big three with under a minute left to play to tie this one up at 55. And that's where we stand, awaiting the inbound now as Cummings will inbound. 10 seconds left to play. It's inbound to Chevre from the corner. 5 seconds. Ikriki from downtown! Count it! 2.5 left to play. And Kendra Ikriki with a clutch shot of her own. A nice play drawn up by head coach Burgess as Ikriki was left all alone and was able to come up with the big shot. The junior for the Titans, 3.5. They add a second back on the game clock. And it comes down to this as we take another look. Chevre finds Ikriki all alone, and she's able to bury from a long distance. Very entertaining ball game here tonight. Back and forth action, and you hate to see one team come away with a loss, but unfortunately, it's got to happen one way or another. We'll see what the Bears can do as they'll have one more crack at it. 3.5 left to play. They trail by 3. The inbound will come from Anderson beyond from her own court. It's sent up to center court, and that will do it. Chevre intercepts, and the Tartan Titans march into the White Bear Lake South Campus, and they sneak out on a 3-point victory. The final 58, the Bears 55. And for the White Bear Lake Bears, that'll do it for the 2018 season. And for the Titans, they live to play again as they'll take on the winner of North and Cretin-Derham Hall, coming to you March 3rd from Hastings High School. A thrilling one tonight as Tartan marches into the 58-55 victory. From all of us here at SCC Sports, from Arlen Becker and Anthony Miller, I'm Jeff Brand. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. And I'm joined now with the star of the game for the Tartan Titans on a last-second shot, Kendra Karake hitting the three-pointer to go on to be victorious in this Section 4 4A game. Kendra, what can you say about the last shot leading into it and for your team to basically put the game in your hands?
Well, the first thing I can say is that Zaria, she drove in perfectly. Chevrolet had that nice toss. I was super duper nervous, like I was shaking on the inside. I'm like, I gotta make this for the team, and I made it, and it was a good experience because we've never made it this far for like all my high school career. So I know it's a good feeling for me and for my team also. Absolutely, fantastic shot. You certainly did not look nervous when you made that shot. Ice in your veins. Talk about your head coach. Justin Burgess, his first season as a coach. What are some things that you guys have learned this year from him, his coaching style, and good things to come? You've got a relatively young team. With the young team, they always say it's a disadvantage, but I think it's an advantage. And that just means we have more to build off of. And he really pushes us to use our strengths, as you saw Cummings driving through the lane, all of us knocking down our jump shots. Everyone just came together and we played together, and he forces us to bring that energy, and he's just a really, really good coach, and I'm just blessed that we could make it this far with him, his first year also. So last year you guys lost in the first round at Cretin-Derham Hall. They are the #1 seed again this year, playing North St. Paul tonight. Potentially play them again. What can you say about your experience from last year if you guys are to match up with them coming up here on March 3rd? Personally, first thing I want to say is that we need to bring the same amount of energy that we brought here. All the girls are the same, so we know what we're up against, and we just got to play our game. We have to get hard in the paint and just play. Well, I'm Kendra Karake, star of tonight's game, as she helps her team move on to the semifinals coming up on March 3rd. Thanks so much to her and all of you for joining us. From all of us here at SCC Sports, I'm Jeb Brand. We'll see you next time.